Hey guys, in this video I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the warrior, including the subclasses the squire and the barbarian. Starting out with the squire. For starters, the squire should be your designated miner. In terms of raw damage, the squire is cut quite short compared to the barbarian, but where the squire shines is its immense amount of defense and its great farming abilities. The barbarian should be your designated fisher, and while the squire's the tank, the barbarian's the brute, with extremely high amounts of damage. Stamps scale extremely high, extremely quickly, so just upgrade everything you can, and eventually you won't be able to upgrade anything anymore. For statues, try to evenly distribute all of your statues between all of your characters, and you can add a couple levels of extra health statues to each of your warrior classes. For constellations, for both the barbarian and the squire, the first star sign you want to align is the muscle man for plus 8 strength, and for your second star sign, Ned Kelly for plus 6% defense and plus 2 weapon power. And later on, you want to disalign Muscle Man and align the Silly Snoozer for plus 2% fight AFK gain. And when you get further yet, you want to disalign Ned Kelly and align the Forsaken for minus 80% health, minus 50% defense, but plus 6% fight AFK gains. For your circular obols, you want to use any strength related obol, and for your square obols, you want to prioritize using the silver obol of pocket change, or if you don't have enough of those, you can use the silver obol of double sixes. And finally, if you're over level 105 and you have the hexagon obol unlocked, you're going to want to use the granite obol of Amrock's Stare. For the post office, I recommend that you put at least 200 boxes into your skill related box and then move on to the fight box for increased fight AFK gains. In Alchemy, in the Strength Cauldron, you want to prioritize Roid Ragin for increased strength attributes, Warrior's Roll for an added multiplier to all of the small bubbles in the Strength Cauldron, Big Meaty Claws for increased damage based on your max health, FMJ for increased defense from equipment, and finally in the Strength Cauldron, Boppity Boopity for increased critical damage. In the Agile Cauldron, you want to prioritize Little Big Damage for increased mastery, which increases your minimal damage, and Shaccuracy for an increased effect on your secondary stat which affects accuracy. In the Wisdom Cauldron, put a few levels into Stable Genius for increased accuracy, and All for Kill, this will increase your AFK gains based on your attack talents. In the Luck Cauldron, you want to prioritize Drop-in Loads for increased drop rate, and lastly, Grind Time to increase EXP gained while grinding. In Vials, prioritize Ramification for increased talent points on your first tab, Tail Time for increased weapon power, Slug Slurp for increased post office boxes, and lastly, Mimic Rot for increased EXP gain while grinding monsters. First, for your card collection, you want to prioritize any card that increases AFK gain rate, followed up by cards that increase EXP gain, followed up with cards that increase movement speed, and finally, cards that increase damage. Also, you can see if your guild will prioritize upgrading Rem Fighting for increased fight AFK gains. Also, we're recruiting, so if you want to join my guild, just request to join Lucid. For your card set, Bosses and Nightmares would be your best choice for increased damage, drop, and EXP, and Events would be your second best choice for increased drop rate. Unfortunately, I'm shit at this game, and I don't have either of them unlocked. For your equipment, you want to use any and all piece of equipment that increases fight AFK gains and movement speed for increased EXP while AFK. In the early game, you have flip-flops that you can wear for increased movement speed, that is, if you have high enough defense to take the hit of wearing a weaker piece of armor. And in the later game, you have the Broken Ankles of Efont for increased movement speed, and the Silver Stopwatch for increased fight AFK gain. Finishing the video off with talents. For the first tab, it's the same for both the Squire and the Barbarian. First, you want to put as many points in the Book of the Wise as you need to get as much accuracy as you need to grind the highest tiered monsters you can. After that, you want to max out Idle Brawling, followed up with Sharpened Axe, and if you have over 1000 HP, you want to prioritize Meat Shank, followed up with Gilded Sword, and if you have less than 1000 HP, you want to prioritize Gilded Sword, followed up with Meat Shank. After that, you want to max out Fist of Rage, and for the rest of your points you can begin throwing them into Lucky Clover. For the second tab, you first want to put 50 points into both active skills. Ignore that I have 75, that was a mishap with the times 25 click. That was an accident. You also want to put at least one level into Firmly Grasp It. Then you want to max out Carry a Big Stick, followed by evenly leveling up both absolute unit and strength in numbers. For the third tab, this is for the Squire only, You want to level up all 4 of the active skills evenly until all 4 of the active skills are maxed out. For the third tab for the Barbarian, you want to level up Bear Swipe and Axe Hurl up to level 50, and then begin putting points into either Back to Basics or continue leveling up both active skills. And you also want to put at least 1 level into Mocking Shout. Finally, with the Special Talents tab, first you want to put as many points as you need into both the Will of the Eldest and Beginner Best Class, followed up by putting at least 80 points into TikTok and maxing Attack on Simmer, and lastly, put as many points into Goblet of Hemoglobin as you need. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope I taught you a thing or 2 or 3 or 4 or... I hope I taught you at least something. Well anyway, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Sorry to cut in like this right at the end, but I just noticed that another IdleOn YouTuber named Ohai Bukai is just about at 100 subs, and he does a similar style of videos of what I do, and if you like what I do, maybe he'll talk about a topic that I don't get to. Check him out, okay?